Hollywood's feminism always ruins everything. Blah 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 blah. Listen, I will say it again. I do not hate females. All movies that talk about feminism always fail. They always want to prove that women are without flaws, like Captain Marvel, but no one is perfect. But Furiosa is different because George Miller taught Hollywood how to write female characters. But what makes Furiosa so special? I will not repeat what I will say now. I do not hate females, but I hate feminism. If you're now thinking of typing something bad about me in the comments, like, you need to go a doctor because you hate females, blah 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 blah. Listen, I will say it again. I do not hate females. So I always hated those movies that wanted to show strong women who could fight like John Wick and Po from Kung Fu Band. And my problem with these movies is that they want to show that women are perfect and without flaws. There is nothing perfect in this universe. And if we are male or female, we all have flaws. And what is special about us as human beings? It's that we are not perfect. My problem with Hollywood movies is that they always show females as perfect, with no feelings, and they always win in any fight. Maybe some of you will say about me that you hate any independent woman, but I am the type of man whose favorite type is a woman with a passion for life, and she always tries to make her dreams come true. Many movies and series talk about a strong girl who fights like Po, and I love these movies a lot. The biggest example is Furiosa. What I want to tell you guys, my problem is not if the female is strong and does masculine things better than men. Throughout history, many women have ruled countries better than men. But I want to see what the reason make a beautiful girl who has all the feminine energy turn into a strong woman who kills without any feelings. What is the thing that makes Furiosa shave off all of her hair? I know that if a girl cuts a lock of her hair by mistake, she will cry for hours and will be depressed. This does not diminish the value of a female because girls love beauty. And all the movies that talk about feminism as a strong woman who can do masculine things like fighting better than men, without any logical reason, made me hate this concept of feminism. Because feminism in the past, in the 70s or maybe in the 60s, was completely different. It demanded justice between women and men in work wages, and that women have the right to study in schools and universities. And all of this was because there was oppression of women. But the modern concept of feminism that Hollywood is trying to present, that the female does not have any flaws and is stronger than Po. All these movies that talk about this matter made me hate the modern concept of feminism that Hollywood is promoting. But this movie showed me what I was looking for, gave me a dramatic flashback, and showed me how the character of a strong woman who can kill and do anything to achieve her goals was built. So now, let me talk about the character of Furiosa, who gave Hollywood a lesson in how to write female characters. So now, I want you to tell me your opinion. Why is feminism destroying Hollywood? And what is the solution to create a balance between feminism and cinema? Do you think all these movies are funded by people who distort the image of women and make them do things like men to lower the level of feminine energy in girls? Tell me what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. This will help the video go viral. Furiosa destroy Hollywood feminism. Even though Furiosa is a woman and strong and a main character, she's far from being a Mary Sue like Captain Marvel, and people love to hate those kinds of characters. If you do not understand Mary Sue, I will explain it to you.
Mary Sue is a term used to describe a feminist character who has no weaknesses.
Whenever someone criticizes a female character, a lot of people cry and say, "Them women haters. You think everyone is a Mary Sue," which of course I'm not. And so I think Furiosa is a good case study for how a character can be strong, but also not a feminist, and why Furiosa is different from any other feminist characters, because these points. 1. She makes mistakes.
It's basically the odyssey of one character who undergoes a number of trials, accumulating the skills which are going to get her to fulfill her objective, which is to get home.
Furiosa, like every human being, makes mistakes. Not all feminist characters make mistakes, but Furiosa does. And as a result of these mistakes, her life changes and she gets into big trouble. How she became so badass and vindictive, none of that would have happened if she had not made mistakes. Her mistakes started when she was just a kid and basically made a decision. Not that you could blame her for the kidnapping because she was just a kid and the people who are after her are the real bad guys. But Furiosa continued to make bad choices even as she grew up. And all those bad choices led me to the second point, which is she's learning and growing. When you look at characters like Captain Marvel, who are often referred to as a modern-day Mary Sue, one of the reasons people get frustrated with them is that it seems like they've achieved everything they want instantly, without having to work for it. That's definitely not the case with Furiosa. Everything she achieves in this movie, she has earned. She spends at least a few years as an accidental cog in Joe's workforce before proving her skills and bravery in rescuing a truck. Because of her survival, combat, and mechanical skills, she's gradually promoted. She spends some time learning how to run a war plant under Joe, and is later promoted to Imperator Furiosa. Each time Furiosa moves up, it's because she spent enough time at her current station learning how to do her job well and impressing those around her with her skills. Nothing is simply given to her. She has to earn everything.
Bro, I am tired of creating content because I spend all my time talking about movies and series, but the results are low. And my goal is for 50,000 people to watch this video, but bro, without your support for the content, I cannot reach the goal. So all you have to do is support the channel by subscribing to it and sharing the video with your friends to help me reach 50,000 views.
The strength.
For me, action is the purest use of the film language. All the syntax of cinema is best revealed in action sequences.
1. Mad Max World. The advantage of the Furiosa film is that it adds many aspects to the 2015 film that enhance its greatness. It gives us the past of this legendary character, and at the same time, we get to know this dark world, the world of Mad Max better. The movie Furiosa explains many aspects of this world, including the history of the three lands, such as the Citadel, the Bullet Farm, and the Gas City. What is the relationship between the three cities, and what is their history? She explains to us the economic relationships between them, and we know important aspects of this world, and also the past of Furiosa. In the Mad Max Fury Road, we meet Furiosa out of nowhere, a strong combative character who is good with trucks and can maintain them. She has a mechanical arm. In the movie Furiosa, we will see an answer to all these questions. How did she reach this position, and what has happened to her in the past, relying mainly on many of the elements that have contributed to her success? 2. Chris Hemsworth's...
Once I met Chris and saw his response and understood what he was thinking, and the way that dovetailed, I thought, okay, he's the one who should take on Dementus.
The movie really showcased Chris Hemsworth's acting abilities and proved that he has more to offer than just being an action movie star. He delivered his best performance and showed a great range as an actor. It was impressive how he portrayed an over-the-top character in a way that seemed grounded and realistic, showing his development and skill as an actor. His performance in this movie was very different from his previous work and highlighted his versatility. The weakness. 1. CGI. This movie suffers from the same problem that many other movies have these days. Bad CGI. It's not bad in every scene, but it's noticeable. There are moments where the CGI looks unconvincing and takes you out of the movie. When one of those scenes comes up, when you step away from that world, I imagine the actors sitting in front of the green screen. This movie relies a lot more on CGI, probably to create bigger and more complicated worlds. For the most part it works, but sometimes the CGI looks dated, like a video game from 2010. 2. The movie is too long. The story is good, but it feels too long. At 2 hours and 40 minutes, it can be tiring if the pace isn't fast enough. I think a lot of people might lose interest, especially because we don't meet the adult Furiosa until 45 minutes into the movie. If you're into extensive character development, the lengthy story may be fine, but for most people who just want an entertaining movie, the childhood scenes should be shorter, around 15 to 20 minutes, to keep the audience engaged and move the story along at a more enjoyable pace. It seems that director George Miller focused more on his own vision than on entertaining the audience. When I wrote the script for this video, I found out that the movie flopped at the box office and only made $25 million. What I want to say is that you should not be fooled by these numbers, because the movie is worth seeing, and I rate it 8 out of 10. Peace.